David, I got to ask you this. First off, I always say, I hope you're engaging in self-care because you've been following this man for 30 years. And I can't imagine what it's like to have been just studying Trump and all of his criminal, corrupt, terrible personal behavior for all this time. But I want to talk a little bit about sort of one of the main lies here with Trump trying to explain why his 10,000 square foot Trump Tower apartment was listed as 30,000 square feet in his statement to financial condition. I asked why the valuation was too high. Trump said a broker assessed the total area as 30,000 square feet, and I have access to the roof, and when you add the roof, you're not that far off. He said, I see how it was done, telling the court they took 10,000 per floor times 3, didn't take out the elevator and other things. Look, this is the only way I can look at this, and I'm confused. This would be akin to me saying that, because I'm in the lounge at the airport, I actually own the jets on the tarmac, right? That's as ridiculous as this is. But David, my question for you is, isn't this the kind of lying that he's always engaged in? I mean, this is a guy who pretended to be other people on the phone when he did interviews. So even though we're focused on this particular thing, this is just par for the course with Trump, right?
All of this fits a pattern of Donald's life. He's a child. He believes that he is special, that the rules don't apply to him. And one of the basic questions in this case is, well, if your financial statements are not to be believed, and then why did you create them? Why did you go to the trouble of having them created at all if they're meaningless? Donald was trying very hard today to, make a campaign speech to create things that he believes will help him with the voters. And the reality is, Donald has always lied, cheated, and stolen from people. He's hired illegal immigrants from Poland to work for him. He has the only casino case in Atlantic City, cheating a customer. Donald Trump's casino. He was in bed up to his eyeballs with one of the biggest drug traffickers in the United States. He had children gambling in his casinos, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. And so to Donald, he can do no wrong. It's not possible because he's special. And of course, he should not just be president. He should be, as he's planned all along, to be our dictator because no one else is competent in Donald's mind.
David, I want to ask this. I want you to jump ahead. We're doing Back to the Future, right? It's November, second week of November in 2024, okay? How many of these trials have resulted in a conviction for Trump? Let's just jump ahead. I mean, when we look at this case and we look at some of the others, when you look at his past history, because usually in the past he's been able to buy people off or threaten people or get out of cases or pay somebody off, how many convictions do you think he has by November of 2024?
Well, the most important one and the easiest case to prove is the Mar-a-Lago documents case. And clearly that will not be at trial because he's got a judge who has openly expressed her bias and said he should be treated as special, violating her oath of office. But the Washington, D.C. case over the insurrection almost certainly will have come to a conclusion by then. And Fani Willis's case should have come to a conviction by then, to a conclusion. And the Fani Willis case matters because if Trump gets back to the White House, he can't pardon his way out of that. He can't do anything about it. But I don't think that Alvin Bragg's case will be done by then. He's made it clear he's sort of stepping back and letting others proceed first.
Lisa Rubin, David Cay Johnson, and Mary McCord, thank you so much for starting us off on the show today.